working very hard and very quickly.
That's during the women's game, and I didn't realize it was that busy in the truck like that.
You know, I know they're out of breath when they come out and visit with us, but I had really no idea why. But I thought they were running from the truck to Diddle Arena, but that's not the case. So welcome to Diddle Arena. Nice atmosphere in here tonight as the Hilltoppers look to do something that you don't usually mention too often. Break a 3-game home losing streak as we look at John Brady, former Final Four coach with LSU in the season of 2006. Ray Harper, WKU head coach, 5 national championships at Kentucky Wesleyan and Oklahoma City University. We are set to go, and our simulcast tonight from Bowling Green, Kentucky is brought to you by Wright Implement, Western Kentucky's John Deere dealer since 1936. Hilltoppers are in the home grays, Arkansas State in the road black jerseys. It'll be Van Slyke at 6'10", jumping up against Fant at 6'6". We are underway from Diddle Arena tonight on our simulcast. And here's the jump. Chipped around a couple of times, and Van Slyke retrieves it, and ASU has it first. It's in the hands of Cameron Golden, a former runner-up as a Mr. Tennessee basketball player out of Memphis. Here's Ed Townsend shooting 60% in league play, left to the keeper, Golden 3, it's good. He curled off the screen, actually at 2, and nails it just left to the key, and the Red Wolves are up 2-0. Golden averages 8 a game. Dox brings it front court, dribbling it from right to left on the red towel. Swings it right side for a Price 3 off the back of the iron and tracked down in the corner by Golden. Price was wide open for the jump shot and missed it. Here's Townsville front court, stops his dribble in the wing low to Washington, barrels into Rostow, put it up, no good off the bottom of the iron. Washington gets it again, goes back up, loses it out of bounds. Washington weighs 260 pounds on his 6'7" frame.
He looks like a tight end. I mean, he's just a big, strong, broad-shouldered young man.
He's having a good senior season, as Hal alluded to in a radio pregame show, a senior-laden Arkansas State team. Dox between the service of Fan in front court. Red Wolves up 2-0. Price works it right to left of the pass to Dickerson, down in the corner to Dox. Out top to Rostow between the circles. Center works it around to the right wing to Dickerson. Shot clock's at 16. Lob it inside the Fan baseline right against Washington. They're not doubling. He backs it into his left. Comes up from 5 feet. Scores it! They did not double. Van Slyke came over a little bit late from the weak side, and Fant was able to score it, and a short jumper, and the game is tied at 2.
It's like a good shot blocker. I thought George would go to the left hand there, but he used the right.
Washington posting up on Rostow for an easy bucket outside the lane, and Ray mentioned that at a pregame show, but the post play defensively was very poor in Thursday's loss.
Well, you got to protect the basket, and just Washington with just a big drop step took that straight to the hoop.
Hilltopper guard Harrison Dox went to the hole off the right side of the lane, put up a shot. It was blocked out of bounds. He was trying to draw a foul in contact. He'll make a baseline pass now out of bounds with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Red was up 4-2. Right wing pass to Price. TJ holds the ball and now brings it back deep with the dribble. He's averaging 17 a game. Looks to bounce it low, not open between the circles of Fant, deep on the left to Dickerson. He'll come from left to right to the top of the key. Baseline left to George Fant. In on Washington, banks it up and in. So the early focus of the game plan was to get it to Fant. Mission accomplished. 2 baskets for Fant, and the game is tied at 4.
And the Toppers in some 3/4 court pressure here.
Townsville underhands it out of between the circles to Golden, to 4-4 tie. We played 2 minutes here at Diddle Arena. Out top, Van Slyke can shoot that, does quickly. It rattles home at the top of the key. Van Slyke at 6'10", can bomb 3s. He shoots 43% from there. It's 7-4, Red Wolves. 17:40 to go first half. Dickerson right at the key, out front to Fans. Overhead pass in the corner, dangerous, and he's cracked down there by Harrison Dox. Out to Dickerson, left to the key, over deep on the right wing to Price. TJ looking, lobs it inside to Fan again, not doubling. Washington's on it, spins right, comes back left, now Van Slyke doubles, he throws it out to the top of the key instead of Rostow, who's open for a layup. Reed picked it off, and then Price knocked it away from Reed. It's sailing over the baseline in front court, and it'll be Arkansas State basketball. Van Slyke came to double Fant, and he left Rostow wide open under the bucket, but Fant went out to the top of the key, and then Reed picked off the pass. Here's Reed on the left wing, bouncing it to Golden at the top. Over now on the wing, retrieved there by Townsville. He bounces it low to Van Slyke, with Fant clobbering him with a little forearm to the chest. Fant knocked over backwards, and Van Slyke, the transfer from Houston in his first year in the Arkansas State program, records an offensive foul.
And that's the way you D up. George right there just did not give him any space. Van Slyke intent on getting the ball into the paint. Lowered the shoulder to do so. Goes the other way.
Here comes Chris Harrison. Docks across the timeline. 3 minutes gone by. It's 7-4 Arkansas State. Docks has his hand up on top of his head with a play call. Works it from right to left. Deep down the left side to Price. TJ holds the ball. Fant now goes inside. Price works it right at a key to Docks. Docks it back around to the right. Bouncing to the baseline to Fant. George holds the ball. They're not doubling. Comes into the paint. Jump pass over the head of Van Slyke. Right over the head of Van Slyke and Rostow. Rostow was breaking in from the corner, and George threw a jump pass and went over his head.
It was intended to be over the head of Van Slyke, but not Rostow. Alex just couldn't time the jump and get that one.
Here's a turnover in front court, retrieved by Fant. Docks the other way to the foul, and in the lane, puts up a shot, knocked away, and out of bounds to Arkansas State. Good defense by Golden. Thomas will get it back. 3.5 minutes gone by first half, and we see Golden all ball in that play as Docks try to take it to the rim. Here's an inbounds pass to Price, left to the key. Dribbles right lane, puts up a shot off the window and in. And it's now 7-6.
Good angle off the glass. TJ Price now at the point of the 1-2-2 half-court trap. They'll try to trap as soon as the ball crosses half court.
Red Wolves break it. Reed caught the ball left to the lane, laid it up and scored.
Boy, Reed was a handful as a freshman at Arkansas State. He transferred to Georgia Tech after that first year. A lot of controversy and hard feelings from John Brady, but he was quick to welcome him back for his senior season.
Price turnaround jump shot right in the lane, no good. Pulled down by Golden. Golden the other way for the Red Wolves. Up on the right side to Townsville. Back out top to Washington. Slingshot three from 25 feet off the iron high and no good. Fant knocked it away. It's retrieved by Rostow in the backcourt, who just turned and threw a pass blindly without looking, and it was picked off by Golden, and he laid it in. And now it's 11-6 ASU with 15:35 to go first half. Here's Docks front court, left to the key. Over on the right to Price. Drive to the right baseline. Jump pass coming left side to Docks. Docks with a three. Off the iron. Fant rebounding. Fant off the offensive rebound.
George has continued to do a good job on the offensive glass, and there's a quick putback by George. High percentage shot. Here's
Townsville, dribble up over the timeline, bouncing it around the hands of Price on the right side to Golden. Golden out in the red towel with left-handed dribble. Hilltoppers down by 3. Van Slyke left to the key, lobs it inside to Washington over Rostow's head. Alex wasn't looking, and Washington lays it in. Rostow struggling down the defensive end in the first few minutes, Al.
And Coach Harper is giving him a little coaching as he's going up the floor.
Here comes Docks, hands it off to Dickerson. A long three from the right. No good off the iron. Pulled down by Van Slyke with the Red Wolves up by 5 and 14:38 to go in the first half. Townsend coming front court to foul and pull up 15-footer. Too long. Pulled down by Rostow of WKU. He outlets to Price. TJ coming left side. Price at the top of the key. Stopping. Looking. Bouncing it on the baseline. Washington cut in front of Fant. Knocked it away and out of bounds. It'll be WKU basketball. Or was it off of Fant?
No, it's Arkansas State.
Okay, it'll be ASU basketball when we return with 14:23 to go in our opening half, and the Red Wolves are up 13-8. You're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network. It's produced for ESPN3 by IMG. To learn how UPS can put their power logistics to work for you, visit them at thenewlogistics.com. And we have a Hilltopper future cheerleader in the crowd tonight as we look at the young lady on the simulcast on our TV screen. I believe she's a little shy, though. She'll have to work on that. She wants to step up to the varsity level and be a cheerleader. Once you put the camera on her, she wilted.
Unlike the men's swimming team, who is out in all their glory underneath the Hilltoppers basket right now.
Ray Harper has made a change, and 5 new players are in the game. And Tracy Jackson has it right at a key, spinning to the free throw line. Hands it behind him to the guard, Brandon Harris, out top to Carl Company, handing off to Kevin Caspar, who's coming off his best game of the year on Thursday. Aaron has the ball at the top of the key. The post player, Aaron Adeoye, over now on the left wing to Brandon Harris, down in the corner to Jackson, 2 on the shot clock. Jump shot from left to the key. It was blocked nicely on the jumper by Townsville. Here come the Red Wolves running. It's Reed up the left sideline. Gives it to Golden. Fake the pass to his left. And now he has the ASU Red Wolves in the attack. Arkansas State up 5. Washington between the circles. Over left to Golden. Low to Van Slyke. Carl Company went around the big post player trying to knock it away. Did, but fouled in the process. And Company has his first foul.
Van Slyke did a nice job of causing Acaro to foul there as well. As that pass was coming in, he could sense that Acaro was trying to go around, so he kept that big caboose into Acaro, did not let him get around to poke that ball away.
Van Slyke's had back-to-back double-doubles. He's had 3 this year. Washington takes the inbounds pass and bounces it to Dickerson, who's now in the game, Rakeem Dickerson. He is a junior from Little Rock. There's a foul on Acomene as the pass is lobbed to the baseline. Acaro trying to guard Van Slyke, pushed him in the back, and that's 2 quick fouls on Acaro. Acomene has only played, well, a few seconds. He is out. They have to bring Fan back in.
Didn't seem like there was a lot of contact on that one, and no argument with the first one, and no argument from the coaching staff on the second one either.
Pass sails by Townsend. Dickerson threw it inbounds to Washington in front of the Hilltopper bench on the right wing. All he tried to do was find Dickerson out front, threw it behind him, and it rolled out of bounds. And as you will see, we'll get a lot of pictures of John Brady. There was one on our simulcast. You always want to look at John. He's very emotional, and he can just watch him. You get your money's worth sometimes.
For sure.
Here's Trenchy Jackson to the top of the key, crossing over, coming down the boulevard, puts it up, around it out with the left hand. Tip back out, Caspar picks it up to Brandon Harris, right to the key. Harris now underhands it behind him to Adeoye, who flips it over on the right side to Caspar. Caspar hesitation, dribble into the paint, got it knocked away. He's on the floor, he's tied up, he's asking for a timeout, and the junior gets one. So the Red Wolves knock it away from Caspar, who dove to the floor. Kevin coming off an 11-point game in 30 minutes. He had been struggling with his shot, and shot it well in the overtime loss on Thursday to the Trojans of UALR. He hit 4 out of 5 and 3 of 4 from downtown. This is 2 consecutive games now, Houseman. We have seen WKU make a quick substitution with a new 5.
Yeah, Coach Harper doesn't hesitate to go to the bench. He can go almost another 5. He has 4 others that he can put in.
It's now time for our WKONA injury update. The Western Kentucky Orthopedic and Neurosurgical Group, Associate Group. In that midst of Hilltopper players is a center by the name of Dayuda Samaro. He's a 6'9" sophomore from Mali. He's been bothered by a knee injury. He was injured a year ago in junior college when he was playing a JC ball in Iowa. And there he is, hands on knees, with a big brace on his left knee. He's getting better, certainly able to go more in practice. And I anticipated he would play Thursday, did not. But Rostov had a 20-point scoring game. That's why Dayuda didn't play at all. Caspar out front, the Fan at the top of the key. Hands it behind him to Trenchy Jackson. A step back 3. Down! It's now 13-11. Red Wolves by 2. Backcourt press on Dickerson. He's deep in the corner. Lobs it up at half court. It's retrieved there by Melvin Johnson, a terrific 3-point shooter.
That was an aggressive trap, full court.
Low to Washington, backing in on Aaron Adeoye. Back in the corner to Johnson. Nearly threw it out of bounds. Washington now gets it, spins to the baseline, and lost the ball off the dribble out of bounds as Adeoye would not let him get to the basket with a clear path.
Kendrick Washington had it in the post, kicked it out, reposted, and got the ball as he spun to his right, trying to go to the basket. He bounced it off his foot.
I'm not chuckling at the turnover. I'm chuckling at John Brady.
Yeah.
Forehead and hand stomping on the floor.
His tie is loosened now.
Here is his mannerisms never change. Jackson down and low to Fan up on Van Slyke. It's good. He's fouled. It counts with a little hook shot off the baseline off the window.
Well, that was a great move by George Fant. He took the ball into Van Slyke. Van Slyke had it blocked. George kind of double clutched it and then went back up again with the ball. If you watch on the replay, see the little double clutch. He was able to get that ball away from Van Slyke after the initial contact on the block and get it off the glass for 2.
And the leader for the Red Wolves, Van Slyke, has picked up 2 early fouls. Fant shooting, faking everyone out in a free throw lane. He would have got another one if he would have missed it. He didn't. Fant has scored 9. In his last 2 games, he only made 2 shots from the field in 10 tries. So he's off early. It's 14-13. Pressure broken. Van Slyke staying in the game with 2 fouls. Throws up a 3 from left off the shot, missing it, rebounded by Fan. Quick shot from Van Slyke. Hilltopper showing the other way. Harris from right in front of Brady. Shot it over the rim. Adeoye got it to the floor, gets it to Jackson, right at the key. Jackson into the paint. Jump pass, Caspar. Left corner bomb. Down! A 3 from Caspar. Adeoye kept that offensive possession alive.
Well, that was nice. Get good things happening off a good defense, and the Hilltoppers now have the crowd on their side.
11:40 to play, first half. WKU by 4, 17-13. Johnson deep to Rakeem Dickerson, the junior out of Little Rock. He averages 3 a game. He works it from right to left against Caspar's man-to-man defense. Out to Van Slyke, fan on him, around to the right to Johnson, a terrific outside shooter. Overhead pass to Dickerson, top of the key. Bouncing a little Van Slyke, looks out over Fant, is down from 7 feet away.
Wow.
5 for Van Slyke.
That was a tough shot. He caught the ball with his back to the basket and just kind of quartered with his left shoulder to the basket and a little half hook from halfway up the lane.
Here's Harris on the red towel. Hilltoppers up by 2, 17-15. We played 9 minutes. Bouncing it outside the lane to Adeyemi against Van Slyke with 2 fouls. Cross court is wide open. Look for Jackson. Right side 3. No. Van Slyke tipped it, and now tips it to a teammate in Dickerson. Dickerson coming front court, guarded by Fant. Now it goes to Van Slyke out top. Fake to 3. Deep to Dickerson on the left side. Dickerson now has it from the left to right. Dribble up front against Trent. He's on him chest to chest. Kelly Downs now has it, bouncing inside. Fant knocked it away. Foul.
That was a horrible call. George released contact and went around Van Slyke to poke it away. I'm not sure where there was any contact at all.
Kelvin Downs with a bounce pass. They call Fant for a foul, and we'll take immediate timeout with 10:39 to play in the opening half. WKU up by 2, 17-15. And you're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced for ESPN3 by IMG. WKU leads the Red Wolves by 2 with 10:39 to play in the first half, 17-15. About a minute and a half ago, here's a nice play from Adeyemi to keep the possession alive, and Caspar hits a 3 from the left wing. Caspar warming up in the last 2 games. He's now hit 4 of his last 5 threes. You see the field goal percentage very low. Has not shot it well the entire year until this week. Here's a baseline jump shot off the inbounds pass. An easy look for Melvin Johnson III, and he drains it, and the game is tied at 17. Johnson's a 1-year transfer from the University of Texas, San Antonio. And he was one of the all-time great three-point shooters at UTSA. Former conference freshman of the year. Harris into the paint. Tried to dump it down low in traffic. Was batted back to him. He goes to the floor and grabs it. They tie him up. And the possession arrow will stay in the front court to the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky University. That time Brandon left his feet to pass, and there was nothing in there but big bodies, and WKU fortunate to get it back.
Talked about the Hilltoppers' lack of ability to score points in the paint. Only outscored their opponents 4 games this season. That doesn't necessarily have to come off just the big men, though. It can come from penetration.
Caspar missed a right wing 3. Fant got a hand on the ball, tipped it over the iron, and the Red Wolves have it in a tie game, and we played 10 first half minutes. Golden lobs it over Rostov to Washington, posting up again. That's twice they've gone over Alex Rostov for Washington layups.
It's 6 points in a row for Arkansas State to retake the lead.
It's now 19-17 Red Wolves. Here's Price in between the circles to Rostov. Head fake on Downs, a running left-handed hook, no good, got it back again. In the paint, put it up again, the left hand around it in over Washington.
I do like the left hand. Alex is very capable of scoring in facing the basket. He prefers to play away from it, however.
5 ties, 2 lead changes. Long pass led to Johnson. Fant blocked his layup, but it's retrieved by Washington to Downs for a left-to-the-key jumper. It is long. Brandon Harris for the Hilltopper rebound. He spins up court and goes right side to Caspar. Hilltoppers are running. Out top Rostov, top of the key 3. Write it down. 5 for Rostov, and it's 22-19. Hilltoppers by 3, 9 minutes to go in the first half. Rostov in the Thursday loss went 4 of 6 from downtown. For the year prior to Thursday, 2 makes, 15 misses. Johnson baseline right, now on the wing. Out at half court to Reed. Reed with his head down into the paint for a flip shot on the run that settles in. What a tough shot from Brandon Reed.
That was. He is left-handed, but that was a tough shot nonetheless.
8:42 to play first half. WKU 22, Arkansas State 21. TJ Price spins to the right wing. He's guarded by Reed. Fanta between the circles. George looks to his left, goes deep on the left side to Harris. Now on the wing to Caspar. Caspar's counted by Golden. He'll bounce a little to Rostov. Hard to do with left hand up and in. Nice speed from Caspar. And once Rostov set that pick, he rolled and scored with a left hand hook shot. Pressure on, broken easily. Johnson front court, right wing. Cross court to Brandon Reed for a foul on jumper off the dribble. And it settles in.
It's hard to rattle Arkansas State in this press. They've got such good guards and they make so few mistakes.
In the corner, Price for a 3. In and out! Look good, didn't go in front of the Arkansas State bench, and back comes Golden for the Red Wolves with ASU down by 1. 24-23 cross court. Johnson 3-pointer. Bam! Right over TJ Price. Quick slinging 3 by Johnson makes it 26-24 Red Wolves with 7:45 to go in the first half. And now the Red Wolves are into a 2-3 zone for the very first time. We'll see how the Hilltoppers handle that as Caspar walks in front court with a 2-point ASU lead. It's deep on the right to Price, back to Caspar out front. He'll work it from right to left and stop. Back deep on the right to Price. Foul line to Fant. Dribble to his left, up around downs, put it up, it's good, he's got it, counts! He took a page out of Rosto's book, Hal Schmidt.
Yes,
a little
sir.
fake right, dribble left, left hand hook off the window and in.
Love the use of the left hand. The best way on that left side to keep from getting that shot fed back to you.
A big first half from George Fant. He has already scored 11. Timeout, 26-26 tie, 7:23 to go to first half. And you're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced for ESPN3 by IMG. Well, it's been a wonderful game so far with 12.5 minutes gone by first half. We've had 4 lead changes and 6 ties. The last bucket, a driving shot by Fant as Downs fouled him to tie the game at 26. And that replay brought to you by Time Warner. Get the most sports on any screen with TWC Sports Pass. Time Warner Cable, enjoy better.
Topper shooting 48% so far. That's good. Arkansas State shooting 67%. That's better. Probably won't see the press anymore. I wouldn't think. They've gotten a couple of easy baskets in transition after breaking the press. So. That's right.
George Fant shooting for a lead here at the foul line and completes a three-point play. What a big start for Fant, who has been quiet the last 2 games because of foul trouble. He has already scored 12. Hilltoppers up 27-26, the game's 5th lead change. Trapping back court, comes over the left side to Reed, who fumbled the ball, and it is a 10-second violation. It is. Reed knew the time was running out, and he blew right through his hands.
Well, as soon as I say they'll probably take the press off, they put the press back on and force the turnover on 10-second count. That's why I'm not a coach.
Arkansas State has 6 turnovers now. Harrison Docks back in the game at a point guard spot. Works to the top of the key, deep left to Dickerson. Now top, now to Docks. They gave him the 3, did not shoot it that time. Back to Dickerson on the left. 2-3 zone for the Red Wolves. Pass was tipped. Caden has not been passing it well this week. Here's Golden with the interception coming coast to coast. Adeoye with a great block shot as he's running to court. And that'll be our State Farm Insurance play of the game right there as he went high in the air off the Golden scoop. Big block from Aaron Adeoye.
Looked like he went off a mini tramp there. He had some hops.
Here's the inbounds pass to Johnson, guarded tightly by Dickerson. He'll take it out now between the rings and go back over on the left side to Golden against Docks. Down sets a pick, he'll work it to the top of the key, and he shoots it over a hand, and it's off to the left, and Adeoye is there to track it down. Here comes the big man's outlet pass to Docks for the Hilltoppers. He's quickly in front court, he's set up against a 2-3 zone. Docks to Dickerson deep on the left. Faking left, coming right in the paint. Jump pass right side for a Docks 3. It is not close. Adeoye following! It is good! He's fouled. Count.
No,
they're going to wipe it off. Who was the foul on?
Number 3, I believe, had the shirt. Why wouldn't you count the basket, though?
It's not on Adeoye for over the back. We'll see.
No. It's on Arkansas State.
We watched the replay here. Quite frankly, the foul actually was on Melvin Johnson for pushing George Fant.
Yeah.
So wipe away the slam dunk rebound basket by Adeoye. Pass is batted away and out of bounds. I thought it went off of Arkansas State, evidently not. It rolls into the ASU bench and it's Red Wolf basketball. I missed that one.
Boy, I did too, and I think somebody else did.
So the Red Wolves have it down by 1, 27-26. Cameron Golden is back to the basket deep in the left wing. Now takes it out between the circles and shovels it over to right to Johnson. Now deep in the wing to Reed. They come to double. Reed bouncing it by Washington. That's a long cross-court bounce pass. Sailed it by him out of bounds for an Arkansas State turnover.
Brandon Reed on the season coming into this game, 43 assists and only 14 turnovers. So he does not often make mistakes like that.
Brandon Reed originally was going to UALR, then ended up at Arkansas State, transferred to Georgia Tech, played 2 years there, averaged 6 points a game in his time at the Ramblin' Wreck, and now he's back at Arkansas State. Price deep on the right, baseline overhead pass to Fan on the right side. Cross-court high pass tracked down by Quincy Jackson. Deep on the right to Docks, on the right wing to Price. Baseline to George for a 10-footer. No, pulled down by Price. Two-hand put back up and in. 4 points now for Price. And WKU's the best offensive rebounding team in the Sun Belt. They're now up by 3, 29-26.
And have 6 offensive boards to 2 for Arkansas State.
5:30 to go first half. Pass coming inside the downs, put up for a shot at traffic, no good. He was intimidated by Fan and by Adeoye. Dox keeps it alive to Adeoye on the right side. Golden trying to punch it away. Adeoye keeps it, gives it in backcourt to Dox. Here comes the freshman point guard. Over in the right wing to Jackson. Fake the jumper, coming baseline, reaching around from behind was Washington, batted away. In 5 minutes and 10 seconds to play in this opening half. It is Hilltopper basketball in the baseline as John Brady goes back into his star post player, Kurt Van Slyke, re-entering the game with 2 fouls. Dox from the baseline will make the inside pass. Nope, did not find him. Now goes baseline right for a Price, 12-footer. Swish. That was some pick set by, or screen rather, put up by Fant as Price hit an open jump shot.
A body like that, he's certainly capable of putting down a nice pick.
This is the Hilltoppers' biggest first half lead of 5, 31-26, 4:50 to go. Inside to Van Slyke on Fant, jump hook shot. Shot it short, Washington rebounding, spinning around, throwing back and away, trenching intercepts. Jackson coming front court, Jackson to the hole, put it up, it's blocked and out of bounds. He was blocked by Melvin Johnson, the 6'6" senior from Dallas, Texas.
Timed well by Jackson too.
Dox will make the pass to the baseline once again with 4:43 to play in this first half, and WKU leading the Red Wolves 31-26. Both teams needing a win. Red Wolves so far in league play, 3 up, 2 down. Hilltoppers 2 up, 2 down. Pass inside to Fant, muscles it up and in! Van Slyke had to give up ground because he has 2 fouls. Fant takes advantage of it. Fant has 14. 7 in a row scored by WKU. They lead at 33-26, 4:30 to go. First half, Johnson deep on the left against Price. He's on him chest to chest. Johnson bouncing at baseline left to Washington, spinning into the lane, back to Johnson. The ball squirts out of his fingertips. He throws it low to Washington again. Step back, 12-foot jumper. Perfect over Adeoye. 8 for Kendrick Washington. 33-28, WKU by 5, nearing the 4-minute mark of the opening half. Another good game. Had a good one here on Thursday. High level performing. Dox yo-yoing the dribble, takes it over now in the red towel. They'll work the left side of this 2-3 zone. It's a pick from Adeoye, comes out to the top of the key. Sends it deep on left to Jackson. Pass was kicked by Johnson with 3:47 left. It rolls out of bounds, and we have a media timeout. 3:47 left opening half from Diddle Arena, and WKU leading the Red Wolves 33-28. And you're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network. It's produced for ESPN3 by IMG. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left, opening half. Randy Lee and Hal Schmidt with you on our simulcast of WKU basketball. And George Fant's having the big game in our radio portion of our simulcast. The very first key was getting Fant involved offensively, Hal. And as we said earlier, mission accomplished. 14 first half points for Fant, who had been held to 2, and 4 in the last 2 Hilltopper games, mostly because of foul trouble.
Yes. Done a good job avoiding that.
Here is Dox looking deep in the corner, goes over the right side to Price, who faked the jump shot, coming baseline, leans in, hit on the arm, and he's called for a travel as he makes a little soft jump shot on the right baseline. Ray Harper mystified with that call. Here's the backcourt pressure, and Arkansas State turned it over. You cannot run the baseline on an out-of-bounds play after a turnover. Senior Ed Townsell forgot about that and was running the baseline trying to find someone open, and that's an ASU turnover.
Townsell, again, a pretty rare mistake for him as well.
That is 9 turnovers. ASU averages just 13 a game. Inside pass caught by Fant, and he put it up in quickly and in. 16 for Fant, and it's 35-28, Hilltoppers by 7. Van Slyke double team to backcourt, picked off by Jackson, but he's on the baseline and out of bounds as he nearly picked off that bounce pass.
Boy, the Toppers had the table set there. They just couldn't pick that ball off. They had Van Slyke in lots of trouble. 3 Hilltoppers there, but Tracy Jackson pokes it away, couldn't grab it though.
Full court pressure for WKU. They are the much deeper team, so they're going to try to wear down ASU, evidently been pressing most of the game. Jackson foolishly reaches down on a dribble across the timeline and picks up a Hilltopper foul.
Only 4th team foul on the Hilltoppers. They still got 3 to give before ASU is in the bonus.
Here's the inbounds pass, and Cameron Golden has it out front. His last 5 games, he's averaging 11 points per game. He scored 4 tonight. Golden has it back in between the circles. Deep and left to Johnson. Lobs low to Washington. Barreling in on Fant. He just pushed him out of the way and scored. Washington has scored 10. They've had success getting Washington the ball low in the left block. And it's 35-30, Hilltoppers by 5 nearing the 3-minute mark of the first half. Here comes Docks, dribbling to the top of the key, stopping deep on the right to Price, down and low to Fanders, double team, whipping around, goes up and under. Shot was blocked by Washington, helping out his teammate Van Slyke. Here's Townsell the other way, on the right for a 3 by Golden off the break. It's long, pulled down by Price of WKU. TJ running the other way, looks at the scattered court, head down, dribbles through a double team into the paint, turned it over to Forston. Back come the Red Wizards, a 3-on-1. In the middle, Townsell bumped by Docks. In the corner for Johnson, three's deadly from there. He misses it long. Can't rebound it. It's a track meet, and now Jackson slows it down. Arkansas State now 14 of 26 shooting. How they pulled off.
Playing good defense.
Still better than 50% though. They were over 60. Here's Docks between the circles, looking to go left on the wing to Price. Lobs it back out the Docks, but through his fingertips, took his eye off the ball. Goes back at half court and retrieves it. Now goes deep to TJ for a shot from the ASU bench. Perfect! I mean, it was from the lap of John Brady.
John Brady with his hands, his face in his hands, shaking his head.
And Trincy Jackson, for the second consecutive possession, reaches in and commits a foul, this time in backcourt. The Price three has given WKU an 8-point advantage, 38-30, and Price has scored 9 points. 1:55 remaining first half. Our simulcast brought to you by JBK Network Consulting, conveniently located in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They work with companies all over the United States. They offer a complete lineup of voice-over IP, wireless indoor and outdoor, and digital signage for both information, entertainment, sales, and service. That's JBK Network Consulting. Washington top of the key. Johnson makes a catch deep on the right wing to go over Rostov and low to Van Slyke, and he hits a hook shot from the right side.
Good angle on the block there. Van Slyke up quickly, high on the square.
Van Slyke has scored 7. The Hilltopper lead at 6 with 90 seconds to go. First half, it's 38-32. Here's Caspar deep on the right to Harris. 23 on the shot clock, 1:26 in the game clock. ASU staying in the 2-3 zone. Caspar going toward the top of the key. Now back to the left with the dribble. In the corner to Price. Shot clock at 10 out top to Caspar. Right wing to Harris. Harris dribbles it back out with 5 on the shot clock. He's going to try to get a pick from Rostov. Does. 3 off the dribble. In and out. Rebound on the baseline by Townsell of ASU. And with 1 minute to go, it's ASU front court. And our final minute is being brought to you by Minute Mart, for everybody living life on the go. There's a pass out front, batted away by Harris. Golden tried to save it, he didn't need to do that. Caspar faking, driving, shooting, good. He faked the pass and laid it up and in. Golden could have gone backcourt to retrieve that, but he felt like it would have been over and back.
Well, you just always do that for that very reason. If it's over and back, at least your opponent has to throw the ball in instead of taking it in for a layup.
8-point Hilltopper lead. They're trying to go low to Van Slyke. Behind him is Rostov. Rostov now in front of him in the paint to go out at half court to Golden. 25 seconds of play in this first half. WKU by 8. Golden out top to Van Slyke, pumping, faking to his left, line drive jumper. Swish! What a shot from Van Slyke.
Well, he's solid.
40-34, and we have 11 seconds to play. Caspar walks it front court across the timeline, down to 8 seconds. ASU now in a man. Right side Harris, open 3, dribbles to his left, passed it up, missed the shot. Price follows, no good. Was it a foul? It was not. First half is over as Price missed the tip. WKU goes in, up 6 against Arkansas State University, 40-34. We'll take a break for a halftime report from Diddle Arena. WKU 40, ASU 34. You're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced for ESPN3 by IMG. This is Hilltopper Basketball.
When I first walked in here and saw the prices on the shelf, I was astounded at how much lower they were than the competition.
I'm a college student, so of course it's me by myself and it can get tough. So coming here definitely saves me a lot of money.
They always have the lower prices pretty much all the time.
It seems like we get more for our money.
It is very important to save money when I'm shopping. That's why I come to Priceless IGA.
Now open in Bowling Green on Scottsville Road next to H.H. Gregg and 1901 Russellville Road.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit twc.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Hello, I'm Tim Farmer. That fishing license in your pocket does more than just catch summer fun. It puts knowledge in the classroom. It puts endangered species on the road to recovery. It helps give nature know-how to 2,000 kids a year at conservation camp. It puts safety on Kentucky waters. And it makes a better bluegrass for all that live here, including you and me. The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, and you thought you were just buying a fishing license.
Yoga, proper diet, yellow jackets. These are just a few easy ways to boost your energy.
Or you can just drink some coffee, you turkey. Come on down to Minimark, get a hot cup of Joe. Cup of Joe coffee like a caged tiger. You gotta be careful when you unleash it. It's cheap. This coffee don't clown around. Got a sweet tooth? How about a hot, tasty cappuccino? But you better stop at 2/3 or you'll be sorry. Cup of Joe, we're everywhere.
This is our Autobahn, our formula track, our oval. They can have the asphalt. We'll take everything else. Only off-road with the Gator that's right for you. See them in action at johndeere.com/Gator.
Get an extra $1,000 off and 1.9% for 60 months at Wright Implement, Bowling Green in Glasgow.
Keno is Kentucky Lottery's newest game, and it draws every 5 minutes. It's easy to play. Pick how many numbers you want to match. Those are your spots. Then, how much you want to wager. Pick how many consecutive times you want to play. All that's left to do is pick your lucky numbers. To find out where to play Keno, go to kylottery.com.
Hello and welcome back to EA Diddle Arena, where the halftime show is being presented by farmer-owned Prairie Farms. The Hilltoppers over Arkansas State at the half, 40-34, and we'll be right back with more right after this. You're watching the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced by IMG for ESPN3.
The half as the Hilltoppers take on the Red Wolves. A year ago, Arkansas State won both regular season matchups, but lost in the Sun Belt Conference semifinals on some late play heroics with a couple of steals. But the Hilltoppers are pressing ASU, and that same press has really affected Arkansas State here tonight in the first half. The Red Wolves have turned it over 10 times.
Well, it didn't early, and they were getting some easy scores off of it, but as the Hilltoppers continued to keep it on them, it did in fact affect their ability to handle the ball and the several late half turnovers.
At halftime, the 1963-64 WKU basketball team was honored. It's the 50th anniversary of that team, and we see now that the scoreboard has gone out, but quickly goes back on. And a few of the players were here. The Carrier brothers, Harold and Darrell, were here. That year, Darrell averaged 26 points a ball game in that 1963-64 team. Also back here was Sports Information Director Ed Given on that team, and Lloyd Gardner, the student manager on that team as well. Big advantage for the Hilltoppers on second chance points, Hal. 16-0 in the first half.
And off the turnovers, they've turned those 10 turnovers into 18 points. ASU only able to convert 2 points.
Van Slyke out of between the circles, deep on the left side to Golden. He goes out top to Reed, a left to right dribble, bouncing to foul line to Van Slyke, back over his head for a jumper by Golden. The left is off the rim. Washington was able to back tip it for a three by Reed, head of the key. It's off to the left, tipped around again, retrieved by Fant. Fant now with 16 points and 4 boards. Here comes Dickerson up the left wing. In between the circles to TG, back to Dickerson, fake the shot, steps in, 14-footer left side, no good as he stumbles backwards. Van Slyke with his elbows out, pulled the rebound down for ASU. Here is Townsville front court. He's been quiet. He's been, in this game, he's been electric lately, shooting 60% from the field in Sun Belt games. Townsville curling into the paint on Dickerson, puts up a left-handed layup and in off the window. Ed Townsell's first 2 points. I may have woken him up.
Townsell way underneath the basket, but he jumped out from underneath it, away from the shot blocking arms of George Fant to get that off the glass.
Doc's foul line pass to Rosto. Back in the wing for an open three by TJ Price. It is long. Fant up high to tip it, and he's fouled on the rebound by Townsell. George Fant playing as well tonight as he has in any game this year.
16 first half points, 3 rebounds, had a block in 17 minutes. 7 of 9 shooting for the big man.
Docs will make the inbounds pass from the baseline. Fant with his 16. He's gone over 20 2 times this year. Pass on the right wing to Dickerson. Back in the corner to Docs. Docs back out to Dickerson. Swing it left side TJ. Baseline to George on the left side. He'll dribble against Washington. Gets into the paint. And a foul on Washington as he muscled up Fant. John Brady coming off the bench. Years gone by, that would not have been a foul, but with the hand check and body bumping to try to alleviate that. Quite frankly, that probably shouldn't have been a foul in Washington. Docs bouncing it inside. Fant got the ball hard to his left up over Van Slyke. Missed it long, followed it, tipped it, goes out of bounds to WKU. Here is Docs on the pass from the baseline. He looks, he goes deep to Dickerson. They give him the shot, he didn't take it, comes to the foul line. Left side pass to Price. His 3 is short and is wide open. So Price has missed 2 wide open jump shots this half, so has Dickerson. And here comes Golden for the Red Wolves to Van Slyke, bouncing it low to Washington on Rosto. He's in the paint from 3 feet away, banks it around and out. Van Slyke tip it up, no good, pulled down by Fant. Fant now to Docs. Docs trying to find his offensive game, has missed each of his 3 shots tonight. Goes on the right side to Dickerson against the zone. Right corner Fant, outside Docs. Docs goes deep and left to Price. Townsell on him. Right side Dickerson, open look again. Jumps it up and missing it long. Pulled down by Washington. Dickerson wide open again.
Topper shooting blanks to start this half.
Van Slyke runs the court. Price came back and knocked it away from Van Slyke at a layup attempt, and it's a good play by Price and out of bounds to Arkansas State University.
I hate to say it, but the Hilltoppers went 6.5 minutes of the second half against Georgia State without scoring. And that game got away from them quickly.
Reed has it to the left wing against Price. Hard dribble to his left, and he's fouled by Price. He lays it in, but the foul was before the shot. Reed is a left-handed player, and that time TJ gave him basically the left side. Reed just took right off, and Price fouled him. First foul on TJ Price with 17:45 to play, second half. Fant will now leave, and Aaron Adeoye is in. The Hilltoppers led at half by 6. They now lead by 4. And here's the inbounds pass to Townsell. He'll work it from left to right. Out to Reed, top of the key. Left side to Van Slyke. Dribbles and foul on jumper over Rosto. Short! And it's pulled down by Docs. Hilltoppers running it from right to left. Here comes Docs across the timeline with a left-hander dribble. He threw a pass and it Rosto right in the chest, and Alex didn't have his hands up. It's a 3-on-1 the other way for a Washington layup, and ASU is now down by just 2. Docs' pass went right to Rosto, who had his hands down and hit him right in the chest. Coach Harper standing with hands on hips, just mystified right now for the veteran Hilltopper coach. Price crossing over to the left wing and stops. Deep to Rosto, top of the key to Dickerson, right wing to Docs. Docs stops, goes overhead with a pass to Dickerson to the left. Caden at the foul line to Rosto and went right through his hands.
Well, he's coming out. Coach Harper has tried to be patient with Rosto. He's a young player, he's going to make mistakes, but he keeps making a lot of the same ones over again. Fant will come in to replace him.
Reed missed a running shot. Tip missed by Washington. Back come the Hilltoppers. The zone has slowed them down this half. They've had open looks but haven't been able to cash in. Dickerson on the left wing out top to Price, right side to Docs. Dribbles at the top of the key to the foul line for a 15-footer. On the rim and off. Washington up high for the Red Wolf rebound. Here's Reed, front court, left wing in front of his bench. Out on the red towel to Golden. Golden backing up against Chris Harrison Docs. He takes it left wing. He stops. He goes to Van Slyke wide open in the corner. Townsend for a 3 in the lead, and he buries it. And the Red Wolves have scored the first 7 points of the second half to lead it. 4 minutes gone by. It's ASU 41, WKU 40, and Ray Harper can't wait for the media timeout. He'll take a timeout here with 16:04 to go in the game, and ASU is in front now, 41-40.
Coach Harper greeted Alec Rostov off the bench, or off when he was coming off the floor, then passed him off to David Boyden.
WKU's had some open looks this half and then some turnovers, and due to that, ASU has now jumped in front and leading by 1 as we bring you our J.C. Kirby family spotlight and take a look at one of the great Hilltopper families.
Yes, the J.C. Kirby and Son Hilltopper Family Spotlight recognizes generations of Hilltopper families and their WKU stories. This week, we're recognizing Tommy and Judy Hunt. Both are WKU alums. Tommy from 64 and Judy from 73. They have 2 daughters who both attended and graduated from WKU. Tommy and Judy met at WKU their first semester while attending a church function for new students. They attend both football and basketball games and are huge Hilltopper fans. J.C. Kirby and Son is proud to support WKU athletics. Since 1962, J.C. Kirby and Son Funeral Chapels has served the families of South Central Kentucky with compassionate care and professional service. J.C. Kirby and Son would like to thank the South Central Kentucky community for their support and look forward to serving for another 50 years.
At the outset of this half, Hal, in 3 minutes and 56 seconds, the Hilltoppers have missed their 6 second-half shots and also committed 2 turnovers. And unlike the first half, ASU has started the second half in a zone.
You see on our simulcast, Arkansas State is on a 9-0 run since the 47-second mark in the first half. So momentum definitely on the black uniforms from Arkansas State.
Prairie Farms is farmer-owned and the official milk choice of WKU athletics. And here comes Caspar as now the Red Wolves lead it. We've had 6 lead changes. Pass comes inside to Fant. Up hard. Missed it. Got it again. Back up. Knocked away by Reed. Hilltoppers now 0 for 7. Front court to Washington. Down to Jackson. Lays it up and in. So now the Red Wolves are scoring in transition. They've scored 9 in a row this half. 11 in a row in the game and lead it by 3. 43-40. ASU's biggest lead has been 5. Here's Caspar to the top, bouncing into the right. It was kicked by Golden. It'll be a violation of ASU. And the Tops will get it back, trying to find their first half game. They trail it by 3, 43-40, with 15:33 to play. You're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced for ESPN3 by IMG.
Ouch, that's gonna leave a big red mark.
Ouch, that's gonna leave a big red mark.
Ow, that's gonna leave a big red mark.
Ouch, that really did leave a big red mark. Leave your own big red mark, the WKU store.
Ever wish your bank were right at your fingertips?
Hey honey, thanks for depositing that check for me today. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you more.
Love you way more.
You're the best.
You're way better.
You're my Huggy Bear.
In branch, online, on your iPad, iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry, US Bank is there when you need us.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit twc.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Red was by 3, 43-40. Just a little more than 5 minutes gone by, or 4 minutes gone by. How it's time for our Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac keys to a Hilltopper win. And first thing, they wanted to get George Fant involved offensively.
Well, they certainly have accomplished that mission. 16 first half points, 16 of the 40. So George's been a big part of that.
The second key was defending the three-point shot.
Oh, they've done fairly well in the first half. Arkansas State only attempted 6, hit 2 of them.
Hilltoppers have the ball out of the timeout, down by 3. 43-40, led by 6 at the half, 40-34. Caspar out top, and a key deep in the right to Harris. Foul line to Adewi. Nice bounce pass low to Fant for a wide open layup, but an Aaron Adewi made that play with a pass. 18 for Fant, 43-42. First 2 points for the Hilltoppers in the second half. Fant slight pass to Reed, out to Townsville, deep to the left side to Golden, down low to Washington. Back on the wing to Townsell, to a Golden, rather low to Washington. Fighting against Fant. 5-foot hook shot up and in. He's posting the Hilltoppers down and deep, and he now has a season high of 16 points. It is 45-42, ASU by 3 as they stay in the zone.
Yeah, they stretch that 2-3 zone out a little bit.
Kaspar has it, cross-courting it to Jackson on the left. Cross-courts it back to Kaspar on the right. Back to Jackson on the left again, down low to Fant against Van Slyke. Muscles it up on Van Slyke, shot it long, got his own rebound, hit as he goes back up and fouled by Golden. Right now it's been a mismatch inside Hauschmidt with Fant and Van Slyke. George has been the tougher of the two in the paint.
Toughness will separate the men from the boys a lot of times. Van Slyke certainly a very skilled player, 6'10", and a good strong body, but George Fant more desire and want to right now than Van Slyke, it looks like.
Fant has 16 points. Due to foul trouble, he has not scored much lately. Free throw there is long. First half he made his 2 free throws. He had 2 points against Georgia State, only played 24 minutes in that game, but had 13 rebounds. He scored just 4 points and only played 19 minutes because of foul trouble on Thursday. Looking for his 19th point. That one rolls in. So 19 for Fant. It is 45-43. 2-point lead. Pressure on. Broken. Van Slyke's pass that was tipped by Fant, but retrieving it is Brandon Reed. And Reed gets it up to the point guard Golden out high.
Good defense in transition by George Fant.
Golden crossing over to the baseline. No look pass to Washington. Feeds it over the corner for a Reed 3. It is long. Washington, though, grabs the rebound. He has been a force for ASU tonight. Low to Van Slyke. Fant tipped it away. Retrieved out of the red towel by Townsell against Brandon Harris. 6 minutes gone by in the half, and it's a 2-point ASU advantage after down by 6 at the half. Van Slyke down and deep. Right side Washington, 13-footer, long. Van Slyke pushing off, no foul, pulled down by Fant. Fant to Jackson, here comes Trincy Jackson. The right side pass to Kaspar, they're on him quickly. He goes baseline to Adeoye, back to Kaspar, out top to Jackson. He spins into the paint, on the wing for a Harris 3. Long, Reed rebounding for ASU. In the first half, the Hilltoppers took 16 threes, or I should say at the halftime they were 4 for 13. Now they're 0 for 4 this half. Van Slyke has it, over to right to Townsell. Guarded by Jackson to Reed at the top for an open 3. Reed got cut up in a pick, he missed it, or Harris did, and it's pulled down by Jackson. Jackson the other way, to the top of the key, in the lane on Townsell. Jump pass coming to corner for a Kaspar long-range jumper. That is long. It's out of bounds to ASU. Ray Harper upset with a call on the sideline as the Red Wolves get it back with a 2-point lead and nearly 7 minutes gone by.
Toppers continue to go to the well looking for some water, but it is dry. They cannot hit a 3, but they keep shooting it. 5 attempts this half out of 11, and they've not knocked any down. You've got to establish that these are your buckets first.
You know, Fant's had that big first half, and George hasn't had as many touches in the second half inside.
I just don't understand it.
Here's Townsell guarded by Jackson in backcourt. Works it up to the half-court line. Comes across the timeline. Bumped by Jackson. It's a third foul on Trincy on plays like that tonight.
Well, he let up. Townsell didn't. Trincy, I believe, was anticipating Townsell to sort of withdraw a little bit, but he didn't. He just kept pressing it up, and Trincy kind of stood up and let the defense off, and that's what caused the foul.
Dickerson will come in for WKU, and Trincy Jackson is out with his third foul. Dickerson trying to find his shot tonight. He's missed all 3 of them. They've been open. Reed at the top against Price in a man-to-man. Goes on the left wing to Townsell against Dickerson. Townsell had a game last year against WKU where he scored 24 points. Golden has it around to the right side. Out front, Adeoye knocked it away. The pass intended for Washington. 1-on-1 against Washington. Adeoye to the right. Leans in, puts it up around and out.
Boy, he got the angle he wanted to off the glass, just couldn't convert it.
Red Wolves bring it the other way with a 2-point lead at 45-43. Here is Golden against Dox. Dox reaches in, knocks it away. Dox gets it 1-on-1 against Golden, crossing over to the hole. He went up for the shot, and the ball slips out of his hands and goes out of bounds. Dox tried to sort of buy a foul, but as he went up for the layup, I think the ball goes right through his hands.
Never touched by Arkansas State player. Dox just lost the handle on it.
It has been that kind of an offensive half. A layup that goes through his hands, that would have tied it. Here's Golden heading front court to Johnson on the right. Townsend curling to the free throw line of Dickerson for a one-hand shot from 8. It's good. Townsend has scored 4. Red was up by 4, 47-43. 12 minutes to go. And WKU really struggling offensively after playing well in the first half on the offensive end. Doc shoots it from out front from 3. Made it. So Dox knocks the lid off the basket. It's 47-46 as the Redwoods lead now at 1 with 11:38 to go, second half. Golden hounded by Dox. Johnson has it right in front of us. The transfer from the University of Texas San Antonio. Golden to Townsend at the free throw line. There's that running shot up the right hand. No! Pulled down by Adeoye. Now he's played well.
Yes, he has. He didn't score a point in the first half. Played first minute or 11 minutes, but still played very well. Good aggressive rebound by Aaron.
Dox has it to Dickerson. Long range left side. Foul line to Adeoye. Fake the jump shot. Back to Dickerson. Right side Dox. 23-footer. Holy moly! Back-to-back threes by Dox. And WKU leads it 49-47. 9 minutes gone by, second half. Golden across the timeline to Johnson. Hounded by Price, trying to get by, couldn't do it. Cross courts it to Golden. Foul line to Townsend against Dickerson. Works it to his right with the wing, on the wing with a right-handed dribble. He's going to go one-on-one against Caden. Now gives it up deep to Johnson. Sends it left corner to Golden for 3 over Dox. In and out, look good, didn't go. Ball bounces in the floor and Price picks it up for the Hilltoppers. TJ coming front court. Gives it deep to Dickerson. Caden back on the right to Price. It's a pick from Adeoye. Comes to the left, fake the jump shot. He spins and goes cross court to Dickerson. Red will stay in the 2-3 zone with 10:20 to go. WKU now back in front, 49-47. Shot clock at 13 seconds as they operate against the 2-3 zone. Dox open behind the screen from Dickerson. Down! 3 threes in a row from Dox. And now it's a 5-point Hilltopper lead, 52-47.
Harrison Dox leading the cheers and picking up the dribble or Golden here at half court.
Give Dickerson a lot of credit for that as well with a tremendous screen. Here's Townsend out top to Golden. Dox made the shot, but he was wide open because of Caden. Here's a pass out front, tipped by Adeoye, and then Washington went over and back. The pass goes cross court, tipped by Fant. It is on the floor. Downs gets it now to Townsend on the paint for a 12-footer. It's everything to the board, and Price pulls it down. Price now to Dox. Dox coming front court. He's made 3 threes in a row. Deep on the right to Price, back to Dox in the red towel. He's not going to shoot it from that deep. He's not Marshall Henderson of Ole Miss. Here's Price on the right wing, lob it out to Dox. 9:18 to go. Adeoye now takes it in between the circles. Back on the left to Dox. Left to the key with a high dribble. Right side Price. Golden is on him in the zone. He takes it to the top of the key, shoots a 3 over Downs. Good! Unconscious 3-point shooting in the last 3 minutes, and the Hilltoppers are up by 8. 55-47, and John Brady of ASU is asking for a timeout. Where did this come from, Al?
I don't know. They were ice cold and really struggling. All of a sudden, 4 3-pointers in a row put the Hilltoppers back up by 8. Match their biggest lead.
We are going to keep it here for TV. We're going to take a break on our radio broadcast and our simulcast. So for our radio audience, we'll take a timeout. It's 55-47, Hilltoppers by 8 over ASU, and this is the Hilltopper IMG Sports Network. For TV, we're watching TJ Price line up and make a long-distance 3-point shot.
Well, Arkansas State just laid back off of him a little bit at the top of the key. TJ stepped back, and Downs was too slow to get out there and get a hand up and challenge him. TJ just flushed it.
So the lead goes to 8. You've had Dox who hit 3 threes in a row after missing his first 4 shots of the game. Then you had Price come back and nail a 3. And WKU is out shooting ASU from long distance, and the Red Wolves are the best of the 2 year long in shooting threes. So shooting's a funny thing, and at halftime they honored the 1963-64 WKU basketball team, the 50th anniversary of that team, and maybe the greatest long-distance shooter in Hilltopper history was on that team, Daryl Carrier, who went on to the ABA, became the leading all-time 3-point shooter in ABA history. So Daryl Carrier's appreciating this recent 3-point shooting barrage from the Hilltoppers.
Only thing he wished is that they had that 3-point arc out there when he played in college.
He averaged 26 a game for that team in 63-64 without the 3-point shot.
Can you imagine what it would have been with it?
All right, here come the Red Wolves. ASU up by 8, 55-47. Dickerson now at point guard. They make a change and put Dickerson in the game. Reed has it deep on the right side to the top of the key. Back on the right to Van Slyke to fake the shot. Van Slyke coming into the lane on George Fant. Backing into his right for a fall-away jump shot. No good but a foul. As we bring you back with our radio audience, it's 55-47, WKU by 8. George Fant just committed a foul on Van Slyke. It looked as if ASU was bound and determined to get Van Slyke involved now. They cleared the court, he got inside, Fant fouled him. So when we return for our media timeout, Van Slyke will be at the free throw line for ASU as the Hilltoppers lead it by 8, 55-47. You're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced for ESPN3 by IMG. This is Hilltopper basketball. 10 points, WKU lead over ASU, 57-50 with 7 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the second half. Speeding it up, running up and down the court. It's also time for our Student Athlete Spotlight, brought to you by Franklin Bank and Trust Company. Running back and return specialist Antonio Andrews set a new NCAA college football record this season. And last with the most all-purpose yards in back-to-back seasons. He is playing in the Senior Bowl in Mobile. So good luck to Antonio Andrews in that game. Xavier Sport and Andrew Jackson played at the All-Star game today. The Shrine game, the two Hilltopper linebackers. Dickerson hits a free throw after the foul before the timeout, and it's now 57-51. And for the second time in this game, the scoreboard clock goes out but quickly comes back on. You know, some things have loose wiring from time to time. We've had to deal with that, haven't we?
We know.
Now Les Forsyth, who is in charge of Diddle Arena. He is in behind. We're seeing Les right now, former proud football player, Kentucky Wesleyan University up in Owensboro. Proud new father of about a year and a half or 2 years. He's trying to find the wire that now is triggering the power outage from time to time.
I was thinking maybe they didn't pay the electric bill.
Well, most of the electric is on. I have seen some games where, you know, the scoreboard goes out and they play. Now the scoreboard has not gone out permanently. It's flicked on and off a couple of times. So right now they're going to try to figure things out. It's now Michael Schroeder, the very talented and likable young sports information director. He's still young, isn't he, Hal?
Yeah, I'd say very young.
Yeah, he is over there now with Les, and if Michael and Les can't figure it out, it cannot be solved. And now the entire scoreboard goes off again. So then we'll get that rectified here as we bring you Hilltopper basketball. It's been a fun game, a lot of offense. Hilltoppers went cold there for the first 4 minutes of the second half, but then hit 4 consecutive three-point shots, and they've opened up that lead now to 7 at 57-50.
Arkansas State's done a better job of handling the ball this half. They had 10 first half turnovers, only 2 in this half. So both teams with 12 at this point.
Here's Rakeem Dickerson. He hit his free throw. It's his only point of the game. He's averaging 4 per contest. This shot is up and it rolls in. It's now 57-52. ASU with backcourt pressure. In Thursday's game against UALR at the same exact moment, WKU led by 8 and lost the game in overtime. They were up 7 against Arkansas State. We'll see how the final 7.5 minutes are handled. Docks in backcourt against Reed's defense. Throws it up to Dickerson across the timeline with an overhead pass to Price on the right side. T-Jump now gives it in half court to Chris Harrison Docks. And once again, the Red Wolves are in that zone. They got Johnson out front with the defense of Dickerson. 3 by Docks. Bouncing, get it out, no good. Price trying to tip it in, no good. Rebound by Fant, top of the key. Deep now to Docks in the red towel. They'll reset it. Work the clock a little bit with 6 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the game.
I don't see how that ball came out, the Harrison Docks shot. It looked like it was on all the way down.
Low to Fant, into the paint on Van Slyke, was up for a shot. Coming in to foul him was Reed, who is helping out Van Slyke. And George Fant will shoot a pair after the foul on Brandon Reed. And Fant tonight is 3 for 4.
Brandon Reed for Arkansas State is just not the dominant player he was as a freshman in this league.
Freshman of the year, averaged 15 points per ball game that year. It's a different team, Hal. He went to Georgia Tech and only averaged 6 points per ball game, so he could have lost his mojo or confidence.
Yep.
By the way, Fant misses the free throw. Fan becoming the 47th player in Hilltopper history to score 1,000 points a couple of minutes ago, and that one's perfect. The George is 2 for 4.5, 4 for 6 in the game. The Hilltopper leads at 6 at 58-52. And here comes Dickerson with the dribble against Docks. Works it over on the left wing to the top of the key. Deep to Washington, back to Dickerson. Head down, dribble drive out front. Help, poor pass. TJ waited for it, picked it off like a safety in football. Hard to the hole. No, but a foul. I thought he was going to cross over, then he saw a little bit of an angle, took it to the block against Johnson, who fouled him, and Price will shoot a pair.
Thought he was going to get the shot and the chance at the three, but the ball just took him off the front of the rim. So he'll have to earn these two at the free throw line.
Third foul on Melvin Johnson, who averages 14 a game. He's only scored 5 tonight. Here's Price with his first 2 free throws of the game, and it's perfect. Price now has scored 13 points.
5 team fouls on ASU, 6 on WKU, so ASU will shoot fouls on the next WKU foul.
Price has shot 6 threes tonight. In 3 of his last 4 games, he had attempted 10, so not as many so far. He gets a pair, and it's an 8-point Hilltopper lead at 60-52. Hustling front court are the Red Wolves, and now Johnson has it in the middle against Price. Back around on the right to Reed. He's against Dickerson. Dickerson wants to make him go right, goes to his right on the baseline, and a foul on Caden for a push. That'll send Reed to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. First foul on Reed, team foul 7 on Western Kentucky University, and Brandon Reed, who shoots 74%, is 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Reed averaging 14 per game in his last 7 games, has 7 right now. Former Class A Player of the Year in Georgia, and he's good with the free throw. Red Wolves shoot 71% as a team. WKU at Arkansas State has attempted just about the same amount of free throws for the year. WKU has played 1 more game. He shoots again, and that's perfect. In his freshman year over in Jonesboro, we won't forget that night as Reed lit up the Hilltoppers in an overtime game for 30.
And he was really good.
Here is Doxa working from right to left now with 6 minutes to go in the game, penetrating to the top of the key. Jump pass coming right side to Dickerson, bouncing it down low to Fan against Van Slyke on a double team. They had all balls, put up a shot, he missed it. It's pulled down by Van Slyke. Red Wolves have it, down 6. Here comes Rakeem Dickerson. He's in the game now at the point instead of Golden. And Dickerson backs it up and goes deep to Reed on the left against Dickerson. Dribbles to the foul line, leans in for 12 feet and good. Dickerson's had trouble guarding tonight. Townsville was able to beat him a couple times off the dribble as well.
That was a tough take right there by Dickerson.
5:29 to go. Hilltopper advantage at 4, and Ray Harper asked for a timeout. So 5:26 remaining. The 8-point lead now at 4, and the Hilltoppers have taken a timeout. They have 2 remaining, and the Red Wolves have 3 of which to work with.
A lot of momentum was with WKU just a few minutes ago, and the pace of the game has slowed and kind of let the air out of the building, and not as much excitement right now.
You're looking to expand your business or just want to start on rock solid ground, JBK Network Consulting is conveniently located in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They are IP everything and work with companies not only throughout the entire Commonwealth, but in 19 other states across America. That is JBK Network Consulting. They serve South Central Kentucky since 1992 and now have customers all over the United States. Nobody in the game with 4 fouls, but a few players have 3. Fant leading everyone with 22, and leading the way for Arkansas State is Washington with 16. Here is Dox, lobs it over Dickerson to the right to Dickerson. That's one Dickerson over another. Dox out front, missing a long 3. It ends up in Fant's hands inside. Gives it up with an underhand toss to Price in the corner. On the wing to Rosto for 3. Alex misses it long, and Reed has the rebound. Here comes Reed up the left corner to Johnson. His 3-point shot was cut off by Dickerson. Rostov and Van Slyke really fighting for position. Normally the defensive guy gets that foul if they're going to call one. They're going low to Washington, who puts up a shot off a nice feed by Johnson, and Washington will shoot 2.
Well, Johnson just kind of wrapped the ball around and laid it out for Washington to go get and finish. Not a real sharp pass, but effective nonetheless.
Reach in foul on Price. Washington to the free throw line for 2. He scored 16 tonight. He's averaging 9. He had 12 points and 9 rebounds on Thursday. And he scored 10 or more in 5 of the last 7 games. So he's been involved offensively. The Shreveport, Louisiana senior averages 9 again.
Well, 16 is his career high, and he's matched that here this evening.
He misses the free throw. Dickerson is out. Trincy Jackson returns with 3 points. Adeoye comes in, and Rostov is out. Rostov has 7. Adeoye hasn't scored, but when he's played, he's been effective with block shots and hustle plays.
So 2 assists, 2 blocks, a steal, 6 boards.
It is short. Washington missing 2, and Adeoye has the WKU rebound. 4:50 to go. Hilltoppers up by 4, 60-56. Foul line to Adeoye. Back on the right to Jackson. Jackson to the top of the key, left side Docks, down in the corner to Price. Cross court's it, dangerous. Pass caught by Jackson, spinning into the paint. Foul line to Adeoye for a 15-footer. In and out, look good, didn't go. Van Slyke pulls the rebound down for Arkansas State. Here is Dickerson hurrying the ball front court to Reed, now to Johnson between the circles against Price. Over on the right, Dickerson has his head down against Docks, dribbles to the key area, and goes deep on the left to Johnson, gives it up now on the wing to Reed. Reed, dribble drive to the baseline, rising, wanted to shoot it, goes back to Washington for a 3. Line drives it short, pulled down by Adeoye. That was only the 4th 3 all year from Washington. He's made 1. We have 4 minutes to go, and the Hilltoppers are up by 4, trying to win a home game here against ASU and go to 3-2 in league play. Docks fake the long 3 on the wing to Price. He'll shoot a long 3. Air ball to rebound Trincy. Back up, good! As he caught the ball on the right side and laid it in.
Because Price missed that one so badly, the rebound was sort of wacky, and Jackson was able to come in off the wing and pick that up and lay it in.
Dickerson out front, 3 over Docks is good. Rakeem Dickerson is just 4 for 13 this year. Hilltopper lead down to 3, 3:27 to go. It's 62-59. Here's Chris Harrison, Docks at the top of the key to the foul line. Right side to Jackson. Trincy around on Adeoye screen. Or pick, a screen rather, it's a foul to Adeoye. So it was a pick by Adeoye trying to get him to free him up to the top of the key, and Adeoye fouled. And ASU has the ball after our media break, down by just 3. 3:18 to go in this one. It's the top 62 at ASU 59. And you're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced for ESPN3 by IMG. And this is Hilltopper Basketball.
Keno is Kentucky Lottery's newest game, and it draws every 5 minutes. It's easy to play. Pick how many numbers you want to match. Those are your spots. Then, how much you want to wager. Pick how many consecutive times you want to play. All that's left to do is pick your lucky numbers. To find out where to play Keno, go to kylottery.com.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit twc.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
I go because my friends are here. I go because it's so close.
I go for the small class sizes.
I go
to get a better job. I go because I can take classes when it works for me.
I go because I can transfer my credits.
I go for some of Kentucky's most affordable tuition.
I go because it's crazy not to.
For all the right reasons. The Kentucky Community and Technical College System. Higher education begins here.
Western Kentucky University 62, Arkansas State 59 in a Sun Belt Conference matchup here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Simulcast brought to you by Indian Hills Country Club, offering membership packages for families and individuals that meet your golfing and social needs, as well as corporations.
Both teams this half, Randy, interestingly enough, 6 of 17 from the field, 35%. So the shooting on both sides has cooled off. However, the Hilltoppers 4 of 9 from long range, 44% this half.
I wonder what the shooting would be compared to a Thursday game when you're playing Saturday, especially in the second half. You would think maybe it would go down just a hair.
Maybe.
Dickerson on the left wing against Docks. ASU with the ball and only down by 3. Dickerson trying to feed Van Slyke. Good denied defense by Rostov. Here's Johnson on the right wing, a great three-point shooter. Sends it back on top to Dickerson. On the left side to Reed. Van Slyke coming way out top to set a pick. Goes back with the left, and Van Slyke shoots a 3. Little pick and pop, missed it short. Pulled down by Price, baseline right.
I think fatigue has certainly caught up with Van Slyke. His shots are really, it's like his very feet heavy.
Laborsome.
Yeah, just everything's real short.
2:48 to go, and Docks has it on the right wing. Down a low to Fant. Dribbles in hard to his left. Left-handed shot over Van Slyke, it in. 24 for George Fant. And the Hilltoppers are winning by 5, 64-59. And John Brady very upset as he talks to an official heatedly near half court.
Yeah, I don't think he was exchanging any kind of pleasantries with him. He was very angry, still is. He's taking his full 30 seconds and really lighting up the official's ear.
ASU down to 2 timeouts left for the final 2.5 minutes, and Ray Harper, the Hilltoppers, have 2 as well. Fant with 24, that is a season high. His career high is against FAU when he had 25. This coming on the heels of back-to-back games where he had 4 and 2 points, but he only played 24 minutes in one game and 19 minutes in the other. So he can free it up and get it done a little bit more if he's not sitting over on the pine with foul trouble.
That's for sure.
Have you known anyone good enough to score from the bench?
No, not really. I've seen guys able to shoot from there, but it's not illegal, obviously a legal shot. But yeah, George has been really good. You saw on the replay, if you're watching on the simulcast, took it into the chest. Van Slyke, that last possession, used his offhand, which was the left, curled in the little hook shot.
Reed makes the inbounds catch and hands it off to Rakeem Dickerson. He's at half court. Dickerson averaged 5 points in the ball game a year ago. He's been in for Golden this half. Van Slyke cannot shoot the 3 over Rostov. Goes to Johnson, top of the key against Price. In the corner to Reed against Fant. Jump shot, good! A 3-pointer from the wing. Reed with a quick trigger. Quick delivery from Reed, and ASU has cut the Hilltopper lead to 2 with 2:05 left. 64-62. Jackson headed a key, trying to get into the lane. Deep and left to Fant. They're trying to feed Fant inside. He was deep and left to Price. TJ on motioning Chris Harrison. Docks goes from the left corner to the right. Dump it on the wing to Jackson. Takes a pass into Docks. Goes low to Fant. Back up to Price for a long 3. Short and off to the right. Reed up high for an ASU rebound. Now the Redwoods have it down 2. 1:40 to go. And Dickerson has the crouching dribble against Docks. Down and low to Washington against Rostov. Banks into him for an up and under, and Rostov fouled him, and Washington laid it in to tie the game. Washington has scored 18, a career high, and now the game is tied at 64. It is the first tie since it was 26 apiece in the first half.
Well, I don't know anybody that can score from sitting on the bench, and I don't know anybody that can play defense when your knees are locked standing straight up. You're looking on the replay, and Rostov not ready. You've got to get down in that defensive position. That means bend those knees, get that hind end down, and get ready to take on the dribbler.
Washington missed the free throw. He's 0 for 3 in the second half. 1:24 to go. Somebody toss the Tums. We're here at Diddle tonight at a tie game. Gross over the top, deep into right to Docks. Comes top of the key. Reverse dribble near and lost it up on his shoulder. Even to Jackson, he's out front with the dribble into the lane. All the way down, put it up, no good. With a left-handed flip shot off the window, but he is fouled by Van Slyke. And Trincy will shoot 2 with 68 seconds remaining. Third foul on Kurt Van Slyke.
Number 3, Trincy Jackson.
Here is Jackson to shoot the pair. He's 23 of 34 this year. That's 68%. Jackson has scored 5 points in this one. Carefully considers and shoots. And out. Trincy has scored fewer than 10 points in 4 straight games. And only at 5 tonight. So he misses the free throw. Johnson will leave for ASU. And Townsell back in for the Red Wolves. He scored 4 points. Ed Townsell has. He's better off the dribble than Melvin Johnson. Johnson, more of a 3-point shooter. Even Townsend can make them. Jackson rolls that one off the iron. It is tipped underneath, and it's pulled down by Reed. 2 big misses by Jackson, and both of them almost went in.
6 of 10 from the free throw line.
ASU has it front court, and they take a timeout with 59 seconds remaining.
This game has an eerie feel to it.
A little deja vu from Thursday. Is that what you're talking about?
Sure feels like that. Toppers had the lead. Just let it slip away as in regulation.
In every game but one this year, of the 7 Hilltopper losses, they've had more than a 2-possession lead in every game. The only game they didn't, I believe, is Georgia State. After this one is over, the Hilltoppers go to Louisiana for Thursday and Saturday games at ULM Thursday. That's a 7 o'clock start time, Central Time. And Louisiana down in Lafayette on Saturday at 3. Arkansas State, after this game, they will be at home for their battle with UALR, and then they go to ULM. So the Hilltoppers are at ULM Thursday. Redwoods come in Saturday. ASU with the ball and a tie, game with 59 seconds left. And they put the ball in the hands of Rakeem Dickerson, the point guard, against Quincy Jackson. He works him from right to left. He's on the red towel with the shot clock at 20. Dickerson goes deep on the left to Townsend to the free throw line area. He's triple teamed. He's trying to find somebody open. And a whistle and a timeout taken by John Brady.
He burned his last timeout. It was about to get a 5-second call, or a bad decision was about to be made because his player got in heavy traffic and couldn't find an open teammate.
I wonder what facial expression John has at home. Let's say if he shows up one morning and someone didn't take out the trash, or he wakes up on a Saturday morning and he finds there out there weeds in the garden. Just such an expressive man.
Or the neighbor dog has dug up his prized rose bushes. There's no telling. He's fiery, that's for sure.
He's done a good job at ASU. At LSU, went to the Final Four in 2006. He started off his head coaching career at Samford. He's 90-84 at Arkansas State University. One thing that ASU has not been able to do is get to the NCAA tournament under John Brady. They felt like they had a great shot a year ago, and WKU upset them in the semifinals in the closing seconds, and then beat FIU, who had upset Middle Tennessee in the semis, to win the championship.
ASU's out of timeouts. The Hilltoppers have 2 remaining, and the possession arrow favors WKU at this point.
One matchup concerns me on the far side of the court. It's Span against Brandon Reed. I don't think George can guard Reed.
Unless they're in are they in a zone?
It is a zone, and it's Dickerson out top, 5 on the shot clock, penetrating left to the lane for a 10-footer on the run. No good. It's underneath, and it's pulled down. The shot clock went off, and the ball did it to rim, and Reed missed a wide-open 3, and Dox retrieves it on the baseline. Crazy play. The shot clock went off, and the ball hit the rim. They continue to play on.
It caught the very front of the rim.
17 seconds left. Hilltoppers have the ball and a chance to win in a tie game. Dox in front of us. He beat South Alabama in a game like this at a driving shot in the lane. Crossing over, top of the key, stopping. Deep left to Rostov. A 3! Airballed it. Rebounded the foul line by Dickerson. Throws it 3/4 of the court and missed it. Rostov airballing a 3. And for the second consecutive game, WKU will go into overtime. They lost Thursday in overtime to UALR. So we'll take a break, and overtime heads your way next. You're watching and listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced for ESPN3 by IMG.
When I first walked in here and saw the prices on the shelf, I was astounded at how much lower they were than the competition.
I'm a college student, so of course it's me by myself and it can get tough. So coming here definitely saves me a lot of money.
They always have the lower prices pretty much all the time.
It seems like we get more for our money.
It is very important to save money when I'm shopping. That's why I come to Priceless IGA.
Now open in Bowling Green on Scottsville Road next to H.H. Gregg and 1901 Russellville Road.
Choosing a college is a major decision.
So why did I choose WKU?
Because at WKU, professors are experts in their field.
I'm encouraged to study abroad.
And make the whole world my classroom.
And where I get real-world experience.
Doing exactly what I want to do.
And where I have all the tools I need to prepare for a successful future.
It's all within my reach at Western Kentucky University.
We're back at Diddle Arena. This game's tied at 64 as we go to overtime, and you don't normally see teams playing in back-to-back overtime games. The last time the Hilltoppers had back-to-back overtime games, February of 2010, winning at Arkansas State, and then they won at FAU. So we are back at our simulcast from Diddle Arena as the Hilltoppers and Arkansas State Redwolves are in overtime. It is 64 apiece. WKU had the last shot, and Rostov missed it.
Like UALR on Thursday, Arkansas State scored the final 5 points of regulation to knock this one up.
Ball is tipped right in front of us. It'll go to Arkansas State. This is the 45th all-time matchup between these two teams, and they have only played, this is only the second time they played overtime, which is hard to believe. Dickerson will work it from right to left. WKU the deeper team, but their rotation has been much deeper than Arkansas State's in the second half. Pounds on the right wing into the paint on Jackson for a left-hand 6-foot shove shot, no good. And then Rostov cleans house and grabs the ball with a left-handed rebound. Price the other way, left to the key in a corner to Trincy Jackson. Back to TJ, fake the three, steps to his left, dribble drive, cut off, leaner from 10, good!
Tough shot on that lean in from about 10, 12 feet. TJ able to knock it down. The Hilltoppers score the first 2. They scored the first 6 against UALR and lost in overtime.
66-64. Price for the basket. He's now scored 16. That's his average. Bouncing it right wing to Van Slyke against Rostov. Squares up, fakes a jumper, backs into Rostov. Leaves it deep on the wing to Reed. Reed to the top of the key to the foul line. Up over Rostov. Missed a shot on the run, but Rostov fouled him. And for the Hilltoppers center, it's his second. And Brandon Reed will shoot a pair. 66-64 with 4:02 left in overtime, and Brandon Reed has made 3 of 4 free throws. He has scored 14 points, and that's as many as he's averaged in the last 7 games. 6'4" senior. Good. Sunbelt was happy when he transferred to Georgia Tech, and who would have ever thought he'd come back, finishing his senior year at Arkansas State. He spent 2 years at Georgia Tech, shooting again and missing it long, and Trincy Jackson has the WKU rebound. Hilltoppers up 1, 66-65, just under 4 minutes to go. And Dox will work it from right to left. He's deep against the 2-3 zone. Over on the right to Jackson. Right wing Price, deep to Trincy on the right. Trincy, left side pass to Dox. Townsend on him, in low to Fan on Van Slyke. Van Slyke fouled him as George took it strong to the hole and laid it in. The basket will not count. Van Slyke with a hand check. George is quicker than Van Slyke, and Van Slyke has 4 fouls.
17 fouls now on Arkansas State, so Fant will get the 1-and-1. Toppers missed consecutive free throws late in that in regulation.
And a 2 by Trincy Jackson with 1:08 to go. And that game was tied at the time at 64 apiece. Fant shooting a pair. He's had 24. He airballed it. He missed everything but the 4. Wow. So that's 3 consecutive free throw misses in the last 2 minutes off the game clock.
And an empty possession.
ASU has it down 1, 66-65. Jackhammer dribbled up around the chin by Townsend. Gives it to Van Slyke around the key area. Deeper to Washington between the rings. He goes back on the right side to Van Slyke. Fakes the jump on Rostov. Comes into the paint. Throws it low, and he's fouled off a pass. It will not be a shot. At least a shooting 2 free throw shot. It'll be a 1-and-1.
It's 2.
He's on Rostov. That will be 10 team fouls, so it is 2s. Now points out, Van Slyke is 2 for 2 and shoots 80%. He scored 13, so he scored 10 or more now, 10 straight games for ASU, and he's perfect on that free throw. So both ASU points in overtime from the free throw line with 3:25 remaining. And Van Slyke again, misses that one, in and out. Both teams struggling at the free throw line. Rostov grabs the rebound. Here come the Tops in a 66-66 tie. Dox around on the right wing. Deep on the right side to Price. Down and low to Fan. Backing in on Van Slyke. Jump past the Dox out top. In low to Rostov.
Oh, yeah,
they grabbed his jersey from behind as he caught the pass. Washington fouls him. And he'll shoot a 1-and-1. That's a good foul, Hal, because Rostow would have had a layup.
Yeah, Washington gambled and lost. He went around the right side of Rostow, but the pass was to his left, and he reached out to grab for him, got a hold of his shirt tail, and you could see it stretched out about 3 feet. Easy foul to call for the official.
He'll shoot 2, and that 1-and-1 rather. Free throw's good, 8 for Rostow. Back in the days of the tearaway jersey in the 70s, that jersey may have torn away.
May well have.
In football, they've never had those in basketball. And Rostow gives the Hilltoppers a 1-point lead at 67-66. Rostow has 8. He had 20 Thursday. The sophomore from Latvia shoots it, and it's in and out. So he gets 1 of 2. Van Slyke hit 1 of 2 for ASU. Hilltoppers by 1, 67-66. Melvin Johnson deep on the right wing. Out top to Reed. Over on the left side to Townsend. John Brady stomping behind Townsend on the floor, wanting his team to run a play. Reed on the right wing to the top of the key, to the foul line. Throws up a running flip shot, no good. Van Slyke was able to grab the rebound, and he was pushed by Rostow, who's upset at the foul. So Van Slyke back to the free throw line. Rostow has 4 fouls, and Van Slyke shoots 2 with ASU down 1. And 2:39 remaining.
Rostow has picked all of these up in the second half. He finished the first half, played 11 minutes, and did not have a foul. He's picked up 4 in quick succession.
2 for Van Slyke, and he's perfect on the first one. It's 67-67. We've been tied at 64, 66, and 67 now in overtime. Van Slyke shoots for the lead and gets it. ASU in front, 68-67. Every point in overtime by each team has been scored at the free throw line. Here comes Docks with the tops down by 1. Left corner TJ did not pull the trigger against Washington's defense. To Trency, foul line to Rostow. Left wing to Price, fake the jumper, comes baseline, cut off deep to Trency, back in the corner to TJ. Fake the 3, shoots a 3, tried to draw a foul, and he made it!
Wow.
Holy moly! He was falling down, he's having a tough time getting up. The 3 gives the Tops a 2-point lead. Washington to Reed for 3 on the left, it is short. It is rebounded by Fant. Fant to Docks. Price still down on the floor.
I think he's cramping. The fans don't like it, but you know, when the play is away, the officials can't stop that. They have to stop it when it comes back onto that end of the court, but they can't stop it the other way.
So TJ with a fall-away 3. He was trying to draw a foul on Washington, who left his feet just a little bit. We watched it on the replay. He fakes, Washington comes in, doesn't really touch him. TJ throws it up, trying to draw a charge, and then cramped up.
It's more like a shot put than a shot. See on the replay for the second time, he had the leg scissored and it came off of his right shoulder, but knocked it down nonetheless. Most uncharacteristic shot for TJ Price.
He scored 19 points, and inadvertently, I told you, every point has been scored prior to that three-pointer by Price from the free throw line. TJ actually made a bucket to get the overtime started. So Price has been the only player in overtime to score a basket from the field. And Price is now on his back as he is cramping. And this is nothing new for TJ. He fights this all the time. How about a top 10 play to nominate the best plays of the day from across the world of sports? You can use that tweet address. Is there such thing as a tweet address, Hal?
I guess.
What do you call it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you'd call that. Okay. Just a Twitter tag. I don't know. He's trying to get some Powerade down and get those electrolytes back in there and keep those calves from cramping up.
And the problem is, once you get it, it's tough to really have them leave. Trainer Mike Gaddy over there, and he is really cramping up. So Price is leaving stiff-legged after hitting an acrobatic three-pointer to give the Hilltoppers a 2-point lead. And Brandon Kuhn, the strength and conditioning coach, and Mike Gaddy over there assisting him. And now it'll be WKU basketball in front court with a 2-point edge. 2:04 to go in overtime. Jackson will now run the point. ASU stays in the zone. They played every minute of a 2-3 zone since halftime. They started off the game in a man. Trenchy deep on the right, brings it back out between the circles with his dribble. junior guard from Jackson, Mississippi. Moves to the left to Dickerson. Caden bounces it inside to Fan against Van Slyke. Power dribble up, and Van Slyke blocked him, but he fouled him, and Van Slyke is fouled out of the game. Fan hit the second attempt after Van Slyke fouled him in the first. So the basket will not count. Van Slyke fouls out without a bucket in the second half. He finishes with 14 points.
That was a good take by George Fant, but he's got to finish right here and knock these free throws down.
So Van Slyke leads with 14 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Fant missed his last free throw. He is 4 of 7.
That is Van Slyke's second disqualification on the year for fouls.
He's a transfer from the University of Houston. He's a graduate student. So he transferred in his graduate season. Played under Tom Penders and James Dickey at Houston. He averaged 5 points a game in 25 career starts for the Cougars. Fant will shoot 2. Fant with 24. 25 is his career high. WKU leads by 2. They missed 3 straight free throws. They missed 4 straight free throws. That one was long and off to the left. Fant, 4 makes, 4 misses. For the year, 58% of the free throw line. Shooting for a 3-point lead. He airballed it.
Good grief. The Toppers have hit 1 out of their last 8 free throws, Randy. 1 of their last 8.
If they lose this one, they'll remember that. So Fant, we talked about the second game of the weekend, the Thursday-Saturday game, second half and an overtime. We're tired maybe. Well, Fant has airballed 2 free throws here in the overtime. Foul inside as ASU's Reed passed the ball in deep from the top of the key.
Alex will join Van Slyke on the bench.
Rostov is fouled out with 9 points. So 20 on Thursday, 9 this evening. Fouls out with 1:30 remaining. And here comes Kelvin Downs, who hasn't played much this evening. He's a 72% free throw shooter. Averages 2 points a game. 6'9" sophomore from Arlington, Texas. Price trying to come back in. Looks like he's going to test those legs. So Price is back in. Rostov leads with 9. And Kelvin Downs to the charity stripe, shooting 2. With the Red Wolves down by 2. Some of the students are back on campus from this long break, so shooting into the student section and makes it. That is Downs' first point. ASU now 12 of 18, while the Hilltoppers are under 50%, 7 for 15 from the foul line. Downs ready again, hoping to tie it for the Red Wolves. It is good. It's tied at 70. It is the 3rd tie in overtime. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining. Hilltoppers have 3 timeouts left and 1 for ASU. Here's Doc's front court against the zone. Doc's on the left. Dribble drive into the deeper on the left wing. Foul line to Dickerson. Holds the ball down low. Now backs it up with his left-handed dribble. Flips it behind him to Price with 70 seconds left. Townsend on him. He dribbles it to his right. In the corner to Jackson. Faking left, coming right. Missed a shot on the run. It's tipped out of bounds by Washington of ASU. And with exactly 1 minute to go in overtime, the Hilltoppers have it back with a new shot clock. And our final minute in overtime brought to you by Minute Mart. For everybody living life on the go.
Tops can be patient here, but we'll score when you can, when that shot is available.
Price on the wing, lobs it deep on the left to Dox against a 2-3. He slowly brings it back on the red towel. Dickerson now comes and takes the pass. Foul line to Price. Taken away from behind by Townsend. ASU now has it with 42 on the game clock and 32 on the shot clock. Townsend stole the ball from Price. Townsend on the left wing to the top of the key to the foul line. Dumps it low. Knocked away by Fant. Washington gets it back and throws it away out front. It is tipped over the head of Dickerson. It is over and back.
Wow. Johnson had already begun his retreat and had gotten on the other side of the court and left his feet on the topper side of the court and grabbed that ball in the air and landed on the other. That's a backcourt violation. Woo! Silly play.
Johnson could have run across the timeline and picked it up.
Absolutely could have.
He decided to jump everything to get there quicker, but he left his feet in backcourt to grab a ball in front court. So now, the Hilltoppers have it. They had the last shot of regulation and missed. They have the ball with 29 seconds to go in overtime, and we'll see if they can't, they'll try to get the last shot up. Washington fumbles the ball, tips it. We see Johnson leaving his feet in backcourt, jumping in front court and grabbing the ball.
Sure did.
A game like this, when you have a cold, you can go through a half dozen cough drops. Now you got them lined up there. How many have you knocked down tonight?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really kept up with it. A couple bottles of water, cough drops. Keep you going.
Hal on the DL tonight, and Hilltoppers trying to send Hal home happy, and all these other Hilltopper fans this evening. Hey, by the way, Miller Coors brings you a cold hard fact. Supplying beer to a minor is a major offense. Remember, 21 means 21. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And on our simulcast this evening, our radio audience, 15 stations strong throughout the Commonwealth, ESPN Radio and in Elizabethtown tonight. Listening in on 101.5 FM. Back-to-back overtime games for WKU, first time since 2010. This one still is anyone's game, as the Hilltoppers have it at a tie game. ASU hasn't played in an overtime game this season. WKU lost their overtime game to UALR. Red Wolves have played every minute of the half in overtime in a 2-3 zone, and they'll come out and play the same way again against Price, Jackson, Dox, Dickerson, and Fant.
Well, they were trying to protect Van Slyke with those 4 fouls. I think that's why they stayed in it, but he's out of it now, but now Downs has replaced him. They're still staying in it.
17 seconds left. Dox dribbles the ball in front of us at a tie game. 13, 12, 11, 10. Still has the ball. Long distance. 8 to the top of the key area. 7, 6. Dickerson. Dox. 28-footer out front. Short. Rebound Washington. 1 second to go. Touchdown pass off the board. And we'll go into our second overtime.
Wow. Well, second overtime, both teams down a player to fouls. Van Slyke for ASU and Alex Rostow for the Hilltoppers.
WKU had the final shot of regulation. Rostow missed the 3. They have the final shot of overtime, and Dox misses the 3. So it is overtime number 2 here at Diddle Arena. We're tied at 7.
Haven't played an overtime game all season now. We've had back-to-back. Meant to make it interesting, we go to double overtime.
Michael Schroeder coming over to talk to Howell. Michael's the SID for the Hilltoppers. Each team scored 6 points in the overtime session. WKU had a chance, probably to win the game, but could not hit free throws in overtime. Each team scored 6 points in the overtime session. We've now had 10 ties and 9 lead changes.
Michael Schroeder shared with me that the last double overtime the Hilltoppers played was an 87-85 loss to South Carolina.
Price coming out with Fant, Jackson, Odeawi, and Dox. ASU has Washington and Downs, Townsville, Johnson, and Reed. Neither Golden nor Dickerson, the 2 players who have played point tonight, are out there. And Golden hasn't played in a long time. ASU going without a true point guard, even though Reed and Townsville can both play that position. The ball is tipped in backcourt, and Townsville retrieves it for the Red Wolves. Front courts it to Johnson, low to Washington to block, cross courts it to Reed in the corner. Dribbles it from right to left, pulls up for a 14-footer, and misses it from the right side. And Dox is able to retrieve it backcourt for WKU. Here's Dox the other way. Sends it deep and left to Price, in the corner to Jackson. Deep to left to Price. Foul on dribble, rising it from 16. No, pulled down by Melvin Johnson III. And here come the Red Wolves. Reed has it on the right. 4:24 to go. 70-70 tie. Reed out top, dribbles it from left to right. ASU did not score a basket in overtime. They had 6 free throws. Washington barreled into Fant, no charge, no block. Then Dance went over a Dayaway's back, no foul there either. And Price is able to get the ball with the rebound as he runs stiff-legged up the court. He's battling cramps. Here's Dox out front, 4 minutes to go. Deep on the right to Jackson in the wing. Trenchy dribbles it back out top. Deep to Price on the left, in the corner to Dox. Price lobs it right side, Jackson. Holds the ball, dribbles it, shoots it from the wing. Short. But Fant rebounds, put it up, it's good, he's found it, counts.
Wow.
He took it away from Downs and laid it in.
Downs, the sophomore, playing a little soft in that. George Fant just out-toughed him for that ball and then stuck it back in, and Downs fouled him. Now let's see if this adventure can continue with George Fant knocking down a free throw.
George just missed 3 straight. 2 of the 3 he shot short for air balls. This is for a 3-point lead with 3:42 to go. Swish.
How about that?
A career high for Fant. 27 for Fant. 3:38 left. Here's Townsell over on the right to Reed. Gives it up to Johnson on the right side. Johnson between the circles to Townsell. Over on the left to Reed. Goes baseline on Jackson. Stops. Leans in from 10. Shot it short. And Trenchy Jackson fouled him.
4th foul on Trenchy Jackson now.
So Brandon Reed will shoot 2 with 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. WKU leading by 3. Reed was 1 for 2 in the first overtime at the free throw line. Shooting with a 3-point deficit. First one up and rolls in. 7 first and second overtime points for the Red Wolves at the free throw line. They have not made a basket in either overtime so far. The left-handed Reed shoots and swishes it through. It's 73-72. Hilltoppers by 1. 3:20 left. Chris Harrison Dox front courts it. We have Johnson and Townsell out in front of the 2-3 zone. Bouncing it low to Fant. 1 dribble. Triple team fighting through. Puts it up left-handed. Around and off. It is battled for and tracked down to the baseline by Townsell. Downs is down for ASU. He now gets up and joins his teammates. And the Red Wolves have it. Down 1 with 2:50 left. Townsell on the left wing to the top of the key. Deep to Johnson. Around to the right to Reed. Reed dribbles it to the top of the key and stops. Back on the right side to Downs. He twists to the baseline and travels. John Brady doesn't think so. And it's an ASU turnover. 15 for ASU. One thing about a gentleman like us who don't have much hair on the forehead, you just get beat red when we get angry. It just shows up. And he did jump a little bit there on the pivot foot, didn't he, Hal?
Yes, it seemed like he did.
Here's Dox, top of the key, open jumper in the air is wedging off the back of the iron and in. It was a 2-pointer. It's as if the ball hit the rim and all the air fell out of it, and it rolled over and in.
I don't know that I've ever seen that like that before.
It's a 4-point Hilltopper lead, 76-72, 2:16 remaining. Townsell deep now to Johnson, around the left to Reed, low to Washington on Fant, barrels in, puts it up, missed it. Slam dunk tried by Downs, no good. Retrieved in backcourt by Chris Harrison Dox. And the Hilltoppers are tired. Price is walking front court, he can barely move.
I'd still attack the paint. Washington and Downs are tired. Downs only plays about 11 minutes a game.
75-72, Jackson low to Fant, out top to Chris Harrison Dox. Trying to dribble in, couldn't get in. Out top to Jackson, left to right dribble, picking it up, goes deep to TJ. 10 on the shot clock. Price with a dribble, playing with the cramping issues, coming to the right for a long 3. No, pulled down in the corner by Jackson. The Toppers get it again with 1:32 to go and a new shot clock and a 3-point lead.
Trenchy is over by the bench. Coach Harper almost called a timeout. Trenchy got poked in the eye, but that long rebound came all the way back to Trenchy in the corner.
Price going 1-on-1 against Johnson. Gives it to Dox. 1:14 left. Hilltoppers with the ball and up 3. Doc's trying to go to the top of the key, to the foul line, in the lane, right side to Jackson. Penetrating into the paint, jump pass to Adeoye. Fake the jumper, 5 on the shot clock. Step back jumper from 17. Perfect! Aaron Adeoye! Well, he couldn't pass it, so he had to shoot it, and he made it.
And that's his first 2 points of this game, Aaron Adeoye. To go with 8 rebounds, he's done a nice job on the glass.
77-72, Adeoye ran out of options. He had to shoot it. And with 55 seconds left, there was a stoppage of play. The Hilltoppers are up by 5 in double overtime, 77-72.
This is where a short bench really hurts you. I think when you've got a game that's going into overtime like this, guys have really played a lot of minutes. Arkansas State's Reed, Downs, Townsville, Washington, all these guys have played almost the entire game, so they're really running out of gas.
Well, this thriller from Diddle Arena, it's seen quite a few over the years. Brought to you by Priceless IGA, grocery store partner of Hilltopper Athletics. WKU 2-2 in league play. ASU 3-2. And the Red Wolves are 10-6. The Hilltoppers are 10-7. You look at the records, you anticipate a close game, and well, we're in double overtime. So it's certainly been a close one.
It has.
Our final minute at overtime brought to you by Minute Mart. Alex Rose dove on the bench. You're watching him on a simulcast. I think even he got a chuckle out of Adeoye, basically running out of options, and he had to shoot it, and he made it.
Clock was winding down. Aaron found the ball in his hands with 6 seconds to go. Didn't want to shoot it, so he backed up. The defense backed off of him, and he left with no option.
The final minute in overtime, being brought to you by Minute Mart, for everybody living life in the go. All right, crowd getting into it. Here come the Red Wolves down by 5. 1 minute to go. Townsville putting across the timeline on the right wing, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson dribbles it from right to left for a long 3 over Fant. Missed everything to the board. Doc's rebounding, 48 seconds left. Doc's is fouled in backcourt with 47 seconds to go. Johnson is 4th in all of college basketball, shooting 49% from three-point land. However, tonight, Johnson has made only 1.
Well, that one was challenged pretty well by George Fant.
2 shots for Docs, and the Hilltoppers are up by 5. 47 seconds are left in double overtime. Docs' free throws down. Docs was scoreless at halftime, hit 3 threes in the second half in a row, and makes that when he scored 4 points in double overtime. And the Hilltoppers are up by 7, 79-72, 47 seconds left. Townsville front court, left wing dribbled against Fant. Out top to Washington, back to Townsville. Pounds it off to Johnson. A baseball pass cross court to Reed. 37 seconds left, Reed to the top. Went up the pass, visited Washington for a 3, left to the key. It's no good. Pulled down by Downs on the baseline. In the corner for a Townsville 3. Off the iron, ripped down by Adeoye. And he's fouled by Washington with 25 seconds remaining. And how big has Aaron Adeoye been tonight, Al?
That was a good, strong, weak side rebound by Aaron Adeoye. He went up, pulled that ball in, covered it up. Because he knew there would be some hands reaching for it, but he's able to maintain control.
Toppers by 7, 25 ticks remaining. Adeoye had a 10 rebound game earlier this year against Marshall. That is his career high. First year player on the Hill from Marion, Illinois, a junior college recruit. He has 9 rebounds and 2 blocks in this one. Shooting 2. Short. Adeoye trying to make it an 8-point margin. Eyes it, flies it, hits it. 80-72. 25 seconds are left. Here comes Townsville front court for a long 3. No good. Rebound. Downs low to Washington, lays it in. 16 seconds left. It's 80-74. And that layup by Washington, Hal, is the first field goal made in either overtime for Arkansas State.
How about that? Washington with that goes to 20 points on the game. That's his career high.
ASU is playing for the 21st time at Diddle Arena, and they've won twice. And now in double overtime, they're down 80-74. A year ago, the Hilltoppers beat ASU in the semis in the Sun Belt Conference with some late game heroics, 58-56. They lost badly at home to ASU by 18 and lost at ASU by 14. But they pulled it out in the tournament.
Randy, you were talking earlier about George Fant joining TJ Price in the 3,000 points in their career, both of them this season. The last time that happened, Jeremy Evans, Stefan Pettigrew, and A.J. Slaughter all had hit 1,000 in 2009-2010 season.
Price trapped in the corner, gives it to Jackson in backcourt. They're trying to bump and foul him. He goes all the way down, slammed up, and you can open the doors and let the ushers in. This show is over. Jackson dunks it. It's 82-74 with 2 seconds to go. Townsville for a 3 at the buzzer. Perfect. Game over. A double overtime win for the Hilltoppers over the Red Wolves. It's 82-77, and back-to-back thrillers this week here at Diddle Arena.
Well, the guys have played extra. The fans have gotten free basketball, 5,866 in Diddle Arena. We're here to enjoy this extra basketball tonight.
So on a Thursday night here against UALR, the Trojans win it overtime. Tonight against the Red Wolves in double overtime. It's a Hilltopper victory, 82-77. Hal Schmidt and I will take to the road for our Louisiana trip. We're looking forward to that. We'll be in Monroe on Thursday for a simulcast that starts 7 o'clock Central Standard Time against the Warhawks. And then on to Saturday for some great eating in Lafayette, Louisiana. We'll broadcast the game, too, at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Hal, see you soon.
Yes, sir. We'll lace them up and do it again here real soon, Randy.
For Hal Schmidt, I'm Randy Lee and our hardworking crew. It's a win for the Hilltoppers, 82-77 over ASU, and it's been produced by ESPN3 for IMG. Good night, everyone.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, produced by Hilltopper IMG Sports Marketing. WKU PBS will now return to this channel.